So next we see Law use his ability to cancel out all the sound Big Mom influences. He recalls back to his savior, Corazon. Kid powers up his damn punk and Law cuts Big Mom's misery homie in half. Kid finally pushes her down the hole and Big Mom falls to where Yamato and Kazembo are. She tries to grab onto something but grabs onto a bomb. It explodes, creating a bigger hole and blasting her out of Onigashima. She falls, ends up taking Kazembo with her accidentally. On her way down, she either remembers or is having an inside conversation with herself with Roger. She asks him if some of the One Piece is in Wano too. Then she states this defeat is not enough to kill her, making Law and Kid the victors. What are your thoughts on the conclusion of this fight and what Big Mom mentioned about One Piece? And start with you, Seb.
So we did mention, so a while back we had said that the bombs would play a factor. I called it in a different way. I thought Kid would actually attach them to her. But I did always think the bombs would play a factor in how they defeated Big Mom because I just didn't see how they had enough physical pop to take her out. The Onigashima flying and her falling and all that playing into it, like I liked that. I also like that it didn't, like you always talk about how like Big Mom is this and Big Mom is that, and I always downgrade play her, and like chapters like this show like even if they did get the upper hand on her, like she's such a beast that they still couldn't put her out. You know what I mean? And like either that's their weakness or just in general she's that strong. So like I like that. I loved her talking about Roger because we don't hear about Roger enough to me. For him to be such a like central focus of what everyone's striving towards, we don't get Roger insight almost ever. So Big Mom, somebody who's known Roger for years, talking about him in this moment where she's like, yo, I had to deal with like this era that you created. Now I'm dealing with the brats that came up or trying to get your thing. Like, you didn't think about us. You didn't even tell us what it is. Like, we're in the dark too. Hey!
Onions!
Shout out to Onion.
We'll acknowledge it after.
Shout out to Onion. There's probably some hate, but whatever. In general, I really like that. I like this chapter a lot. Law doing that extra ability, like, there was so much in this chapter, man. Like, he can silence people. Like, why can he do that? The ending of the chapter with the bomb landing. I told you that wasn't Brooke in the damn thing.
Yo, can we relax? Like, we didn't get to those parts. No, I didn't. I said the fight.
The chapter ended with the fight.
No, the chapter didn't end.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
It did.
There's like 3 other pages after this, bro.
Yeah.
It's like 1 page. Anyway, whatever. Either way, what I said happened in the middle of that.
So you think I just asked 3 questions and then the show's over?
It don't matter. Anyway. Anyway.
What's wrong with you?
I thought it was really dope that she was silenced and it exploded on top of her with the silence. I liked all of that. Homage to Corazon. And I guess I'll save the rest of my thoughts for later, but I did like it. I did, because I bashed Big Mom a lot, and she, in defeat, still showed out. And that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. What about you, Law? What do you want me to ask the question again?
Yeah, please.
What are your thoughts on the conclusion of this fight and what Big Mom mentioned about One Piece?
The Grease fight was awesome. Like we said, it shows how much you need to take out a Yonko. Like, to me, it's like going back, like, because if it was just Kid and Law doing that thing, well, we've been satisfied the way Big Mom taken out.
Yeah.
Because even her, she's like, you think this could kill me? You know? So showing now how much of a tank Big Mom really is. How much damage she's taking, she's still, like, keeping out, no, this can't kill me, you know?
Yeah.
And her mentioning, like, Roger is like, especially, we definitely do not get Roger mentioned. We all want to see more Roger, in fact. Hear him mentioned and see more of him. We get very, very little. And maybe just Oda, in a way, teasing us, because Oda himself is a troll. Like, pretty much, I don't know what he plans on doing with revealing more about Roger later on, if he does or not. Hopefully he does, because we want to expect how did Roger get so strong, and because we still have no idea even a little bit what One Piece is. Maybe it is gold, but like, there's different assumptions about it. So understanding and how Roger's influenced this great pirate era, and acknowledging that we're going to have to deal with all of this. Kind of shows that her and Roger had a conversation, you know, and how much they're actually trying to become Pirate King themselves, you know? Because like Whitebeard kind of showed that he didn't really care about it, so then he's like, all right, the other Yonkos, we're just pirates, you know? So it's like, but then showing here is like, they're actually active for that. They want that title of Pirate King. Like, even the talking Roger, tell us where it is, you know? Before you die, like, give us a hit, you know? So pretty much that's different. But also I want to add, where are you guys getting that she took Zimbo with her and the bombs with her. Because
Kazembo?
yeah, because when you see her falling, right?
Kazembo starts going down with her. Like, you can see it a little bit. And then there's, like, little bombs that are falling with her.
If you see, this is a bomb right here.
Oh, okay.
That's a bomb. It's not the big bombs that are frozen by Yamato. I mean, we didn't
that's what I'm trying to
see
say.
that. But it's an armory. There were other bombs and stuff in that room.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm trying to figure out the explosion. I wanted to ask, do you guys think it had something to do with Law's thing? Because she's still in that bubble this entire time.
Well, the bubble is just to silence whatever she influences. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So
but it doesn't add any extra damage.
You sure?
Positive.
Because
unless the bombs are naming their own attacks, then no.
Hey man, Kazembo changed the game. You feel me?
No, because I'm just thinking about effects as Law could do a lot with his room. Because obviously he had to trap something. Because what's the purpose of the room? I thought it was just silence because he had to trap something inside there.
He just silenced her, so Misery couldn't save her.
Okay.
So Hera and Prometheus couldn't save her. They needed her to fall off the island.
Yeah, that's true. I knew that. Because I'm thinking besides cutting, Hera that Law did he do something to Big Mom as well?
Nah, he just silenced her, bro.
Okay.
That's it?
Yeah, I was gonna say that pretty much.
The way I felt about this fight was very interesting. In a way, like I discussed last night when we were watching the Super Bowl to Lionel, I feel like Big Mom was nerfed and she was unnerfed at the simultaneously. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is, like, when we went to Whole Cake Island, the biggest thing that Sebastian considered her not being the best Yonko was because of her personality and her hunger pains. And it's like, to a degree, all of Whole Cake Island, she was affected by those two things. So it made her seem weaker than she actually was, which is like why they escaped and all this and that, right? And she didn't have that this fight. But what was nerfed about, that's the nerf during this fight, that she didn't have those things. What was nerfed about her was the fact that she wasn't utilizing hockey at any point during the fight, except for when she was like punching Law. And it was, and we might have seen her use Conqueror's hockey right in this chapter when she uses her soul focus ability to snatch souls away from the Zoe pirates and then beast pirates as well.
Yeah,
there was black lightning there.
Yeah, there was.
So I think she's using it.
I thought that as well.
So I'm not too sure, but the fact is, like, that was nerfed for her, and I feel like, what is Oda trying to say to us during this fight? What is the message? And the message we kind of were always talking about during this fight was devil fruits. Like, do devil fruits still matter? Because hockey is so prevalent. Like, we're seeing, Luffy learn this specific hockey, and he's competing with the Yonko evenly in base form. And it's like, oh, so that's the way you become top tier. And Oda's kind of saying, well, devil fruits still matter.
Yeah.
Like, there's still a power system out there that can topple even these great opponents. Mm-hmm. And it comes in terms with, like, broken abilities like Law, where he's not using hockey at all. Kid, who's supposed to have hockey, which I think he's nerfed now in this, fight, he's not using it at all either. So this is a fight purely based on devil fruits. And I feel like even though this fight was the best fight in Wano so far, it's super enjoyable. It gave us everything we wanted out of Big Mom, but I already expected this type of feeling from Big Mom. You know what I'm saying? I expected these type of fights with these Yonkos would go this way. But I'm not too comfortable with the fact that, like, hockey is not being utilized and it's taking a back seat to show devil fruits are still in contention to make you that guy. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like that too much. Mm-hmm. So I love Big Mom, man. I've always said she could be the best Yonko if she really she has all the requirements to be that. Like, she has the ambition. She has all this, she's super scary. Like, her power is insane. It's probably up there with Law's because she could heal herself. And, it's like she has so much. And for me to think that these two guys have overpowered her, I was so happy that when Oda made her fall to the ground, she said the exact words, "Do not think that this is going to kill me."
Yeah.
It just shows, like, her willpower is insane, but it's not consistent with her fighting abilities. Mm-hmm. So now it's causing me to question, can she utilize hockey the way she's supposed to? Or does it just come off an emotional basis?
So I'll say this. In Big Mom's fighting style in general, she was very Devil Fruit focused. Whereas Kaido and probably Shanks and others have like leaned more heavily towards the hockey in their fighting styles in general. So I feel like, to me, if you're gonna if you want to have a fight where you want to highlight that Devil Fruits still matter, to your point, Big Mom was the perfect person to do that with if you want it to be at this level.
But this is where
what I mean?
this is where I say, like, this is where Oda probably made the mistake with Kid. Because Kid has the requirements to compete with her on a hockey level to a degree. Not even terms, but to a degree where, like, Law could land his shots with his Devil Fruit, and Kid could land those devastating blows to keep her on her toes. Because that would have made Kid seem more comparable to Law to some degree. Because right now we don't think so. We're like, yo, if Kid is a 92, then Law's like a 97. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the numbers that they are. I'm just saying that's the difference between the two at this point. And it's like, it wouldn't have seemed like Law carried the fight as much. And I think that's the mistake in this fight. It was the hockey utilization just not being there for Kid, but also not being there for Big Mom. And I don't want to question my Yonkos. Like, I don't want to question, like, yo, can you use hockey? Like, no, I'm not supposed to question you. You have numerous amounts of evidence to support that you have this. But you're not using it against these two, but you use it against Page One? Like, come on, bro.
And that's another thing.
Kid is more dangerous than Page One.
Yeah.
Law is more dangerous than Page One. Like, they should anger you if they're trying to take you out. Crazy.
The one point I want to bring out that me and Lon have been noticing here, and it actually goes back into, it plays on to more, but this is like an example. What Rayleigh said. Remember he said that there's 3 types of hockey, right? But he said that somebody usually favors one, right? But now let's go outside of hockey. That goes with abilities as well. So you could have hockey and you could have an ability, but people kind of go into what they favor.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the fact is, we've seen her display them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that she didn't use them is the issue.
So,
Yeah.
and this is a bigger issue, is that we don't know that she didn't. It's that the fight was so off-panel for her getting hers off that she may have. And that's a bigger knock to me, that if I have to leave it up to my imagination that she did that. Oda should have just showed on panel her using these things and them reacting and getting hit with it. Versus now I have to be like, she may have used that off panel.
It's super true what
and
you're
that's
saying.
not, my bad, I cut you off.
But the thing is, too, it's like, even in the situations that you're supposed to require that type of hockey, she didn't use it.
She just did. If we assume that Black Lightning that's her in that moment.
Yeah, but she was actually stealing souls in that moment. She wasn't actually defending herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But
that's still.
Hold on, let me finish my points.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm very happy with the fight. I love it like everybody else does. I thought it was a very excellent callback to Tamete Kabako, the box where we first. She got Luffy sent the bomb to her, and it didn't explode, and now she's dying by a bomb. I thought that was a good callback. I love the Cortisone paying homage with Law, and it just makes me feel like Law could copy the Goro Gora ability. He could copy Cortisone's ability. He could do anything he wishes. He could do Soul Pocus if he wanted to into this. He literally can. He's the best Devil Fruit by far, and it's not close.
Y'all see why I need him to die, right?
He's the strongest Devil Fruit user. I know they said Whitebeard's ability is the best in the verse, paramecia wise, but if Kid literally could just wrap the whole world in this ability and do whatever he wants.
Thank you.
Game's
World
over.
Room.
The game, and at this point, I'm thinking he could probably do it in the next 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
He's not making it that far.
So for example, for the Big Mom talk where she was talking to Roger, I was confused because it seemed like she was talking to Roger, but at the same time, it seems like a conversation they had previously, and she was just talking the words that she said because she said, "But you're dying."
Yeah.
I'm too confused on that. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it, man. I thought it was excellent. Sorry to cut you, Lawrence. We just run out of time, and I had a lot to say.